Shalom, shalom to the Lord's elect of the nation of Israel, giving our praises as usual to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Wa Baha Recha Kodash. Double honor, of course, is due unto the venerable apostles of the Great Millstone, who rule and teach well in the scriptures, leading the flock by example. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the Akim, pushing this gospel, this good news the world over, in sincerity and in truth. Abaratazah, which means Father willing. So Father willing, this lesson is edifying. And yep, here we are again. All right, the truth is coming out, man. Okay, and I've stumbled across 3 articles. All right, and it just goes to show you, man, this devil is constantly being exposed, man. All right, all these lies. All right, they told us about the vaccines being so beneficial for us. Okay, and now openly admitting the dangers of it. Okay. So, first, I want to go to the book of Proverbs, all right, chapter 12 and verse 19, okay? Proverbs chapter 12, verse 19, and it reads, "The lip of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment," okay? Lies on top of lies, all right, are what these devils are constantly pushing, okay? And in order to tell a lie, you need to know the truth, all right? And to keep a lie going, you need to tell lies upon lies, don't you? Okay? And we know that the truth, all right, will always come out in the end, all right? And truth uproots lies, all right? So these these hypocrites, man, are being found out, all right? The vaccines are deleting more people than the pestilence itself, okay? So you people are looking incredibly foolish, all right, for getting those inoculations, man, all right? And criticizing against that yab had people calling you a conspiracy theorist, all right? They would say that you're spreading misinformation, etc., all right? And more of these lies are being brought to the surface. Sorry, more of these lies are being brought to the surface, okay? Which is also another reason why they want to close down the internet, all right? Put an end to freedom of speech, so on and so forth, okay? Because too much information is coming out, and it's all going against them, all right? These devils are very deceptive, which is also one of their weapons that they always utilize, okay? They like to shift the goalpost and things like that. They like to shift the goalpost, especially, when you point out their wrongdoings. So they'll change the information by saying this doesn't really mean this, such and such doesn't, work out like that. The list goes on. Okay, so let's get into the article. Okay. So this is from Natural News, and this was dated on the 17th of May this year, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. Right. And as you can see, the headline reads, "Billions still expected to be deleted in coming years from the you-know-what vaccines," says analyst. Things are about to get really ugly across our land now that Wuhan, fill in the blank, vaccines have had several years to do the damage they were programmed to do. So they're letting you know straight up the purpose of those vaccines, all right? Inside of the bodies of tens of millions of people who took them, millions upon millions, man, trusted, in their government, man, trusted in these doctors, which the word doctor means to falsify, all right? Many people, trusted in their so-called science, their pseudoscience, all right? Which the word science means to know, okay? And now look, your health ain't the same again, all right? So it says Richard Substack reports that an onrushing deletion wave is coming our way that will result in mass deletion, followed by mass destruction. And you might wonder why I'm saying certain things in certain ways, because YouTube is very sensitive. This platform that we're on, so you got to come up with other words to get around, saying sensitive things that could trigger the algorithm. Okay, that's how you know we're telling the truth. Governments, public health ministries, and big pharma are not talking about what is coming because they are deeply complicit, despicable, genocidal crimes. Yeah, they're all in it together. All right, but there are a number of prominent world-class medical scientists explaining what is in the cards over the next few years. A tsunami of deletion due to billions of so-called you know what that were basically placed into hordes of victims in countries all over the world. Okay, so we can go down. All right, this subheading: insurance companies going kaput from too many deletion claims. Okay, someone said too many people are deleted. All right, the normal actuarial tables no longer apply. All right. So if you want to, read more into this article, you can. Here's another one from the same Natural News website. Okay. So yeah, man, we've been warning against not taking this, man. Okay. So this is a headline. Same news source. It says top Japanese oncologist says the you know what are essentially, and you can see that word. Okay. The Japanese being the Ammonites primarily, and of course you've got Israelites scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, including Japan as well, looking like those Japanese. Okay, so it says Japan's top cancer doctor recently made headlines for openly admitting what many American doctors have been too afraid to say out loud. The, you know what those things say, all right? In his quote, the work of evil, end quote, and have amounted to what is essentially, you know that word. The comments were made by Dr. Masanari Fukushima in a recent interview. The decorated oncologist set up the first outpatient C-word clinic at so-and-so university in Japan and was responsible for the first course at the school in pharmacoepidemiology. Okay, give me a round of applause for that. All right. He cited one particularly alarming side effect that the mainstream media in the US hasn't reported on: the prevalence of turbo C word that were previously unseen by doctors. He said that these C word started appearing after the rollouts of the vaccines. All right, so that's deliberate. Okay, because it's the vaccines that caused that. They started appearing after the rollouts. Why after? Answer that. Okay. And guess what? They've been progressing so quickly that they're often in stage 4 by the time doctors diagnose them. Mm-hmm. He added that the jump in these C word has been accompanied by increases in excess mortality from C word in general to a degree that cannot be explained simply by missed treatments or screenings during C word L downs. He also pointed to sudden deletions seen in individuals shortly after receiving the vaccines, such as a 20-year-old man whose wife found him deleted 5 days after his second you know what. It, it's a story that is all too common these days, even in people with no history of health problems. You see? And that's what he said, man. It's essentially murder. If we go further down, look at the subheading here. Increasing numbers of maxinated people need medical care for health issues related to the yab. There are 10,000s of people who must see a doctor because of vaccine-related issues, he said. Just picking certain things from certain paragraphs, alright? He said that the Japanese government has already documented more than 2,000 deletions connected to the yab. You see? So yeah, man, that's where we're at. Okay. And again, man, we've warned you. Okay. You see these E's, alright, the so-called WHITE man, alright. They like to keep themselves from being targeted out there, so they'll come up with more and more lies. Okay. To suppress the information coming out about them. Alright, they do not want to be in that limelight. Okay. Furthermore, even when people were getting waxed up, they were still even contracting the CO19, right? even when they took the the boozy, the third one. Okay, well, it made things worse. Okay, let's get the book of Psalm 140 and verse 3. All right. So Psalm 140, the book of Psalms 140 and verse 3, and it reads, "They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adders' poison is under their lips." Right? Adders' poison is under their lips. Selah. They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adders' poison is under their lips. Selah. And that juice thing was a poison. You see? All right? And they will not hold themselves accountable for all the crimes they've committed and still commit throughout the world. Here we are a few years later, and now millions upon millions of deleted people later. Okay? But now they come forward and admit it. They're all coming out and telling you now, but never decided to tell you before. You see? So we know that they had a wicked plan. Okay? Now they're admitted that they had a hand in this. Okay? Now they're coming out and saying those yabs are really the problem. Too late now. Right? And the heads of these other nations were all, together in putting together, all right, those C to the O to the 19 things, those concoctions, all right. And guess what, man? For those people who took it now, man, it's too late because the scarring's been made, all right. These devils play games with people's lives, which is why you can never trust them because they just lie all the time, all the time. They're always changing things to benefit them. Meanwhile, they claim to be helping everyone and be for everyone's good interest, right? At the same time, they spread falsehood to keep people docile, okay? And this is why we say the things we say, because it's the raw, unadulterated, uncut truth, okay? And it's time to wake up and smell the coffee, man, right? Because E, right, is not your friend. And our people, the so-called Negroes and the indigenous people of North, Central, and South America, who are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, man, right? You need to really analyze E, right? Because he is not your friend, and they've never been your friends, okay? So E, man, say you're sorry. Go on and say it. And Vocab Malone, I'd like you to talk about this because you'll glance over this when you damn well know what's going on. Probably took it yourself. If so, how many did you take? And which one did you take? Okay. And by the way, if you're still going to clinics and getting MC to the 1 to the 9 yabs, then you're ultimately jackass clowns. And that's my word, by the way. Okay. After all they've said and done. Jeez. Let's get the book of Psalm, chapter 64, and verse 8. This is a psalm of Malak Dawadah, King David. Right. Let's go straight to verse 8. This whole psalm is good, but we'll go straight to verse 8. Alright. And we'll read it in the NLT version. Okay. We can start with KJV first, and it says, "So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, all that see them shall flee away." Alright? So you guys are more than guilty, man. The very own things you're saying is coming against you. So you're basically revealing yourselves, man. Okay, all the funding that was put into it as well. Okay. NLT, "Their own tongues will ruin them, and all who see them will shake their heads in scorn." Right? And anytime a situation arises in the world that enables you devils to profit in, right, and gain more money and control, right, straight away you devils are immediately on it. Okay? You can't be trusted whatsoever. Right? E has been blessed with that great sword, right? And he's utilizing his power, right? Full effect. Okay? Let's get the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 14. And it reads, frowardness is in his heart, heart meaning mind. He devises mischief continually. He sows discord. Okay, this devil is always up to mischief. He can't sleep until he's done some form of wickedness. Like the main mischievous thing they're trying to accomplish right now, beginning with the elites, the Amalekites, the J-ish people, is their new world order agenda, complete with the micro C-hip, the MOTB. Okay, they want to control what's being said. They don't want a nation or nations of independent thinkers because they want you to come to them for assistance for everything. They want you to rely on them for absolutely everything. It's that God complex I have. Okay? And for crying out loud, man, we will always talk about this. You see? And moves are being made for it to go down right as we speak, man. See, they're running out of time. Revelations 12:12, this devil is going to come down having great wrath because he knows he has but a short time. Okay? They want to monitor the currency so they know where you're spending your money, which is all going digital anyway. Okay? He deviseth mischief continually, sows discord. Okay? And when them L downs happened, in 2020, what did these devils command? You can't visit family members if you have not been vaccinated. You could potentially spread it, things like that. You know the laws they came in with, all right? You can't leave your house unless it's for certain reasons. If you're a key worker, getting exercise, doing your shopping, then it's straight back in. Okay, you can't meet up with so many people. Okay, you couldn't enter food establishments. Things like that, man. Right, this caused confusion. Right, and especially when it came to family, man. A lot of them split up because it was like, oh, you've not taken it. Well, you can't come around here then. Okay, that's sort of a lot of discord within family members, man. Let's get the definition of the word frowardness. Right, the dictionary definition. Let's do this. Get a new tab. See? They're coming out and telling you this right now. After everything that's just happened. Right. So this is what frowardness. It says. Oh, I wanted to turn it. Oh well. I'll play again.
Froward.
It says a person or of a person difficult to deal with. Contrary. That describes the nature of these devils, man. You cannot get along with this man in peace. This man, I repeat, cannot get along with anyone in peace. He's too damn much to deal with, right? They actually deny diseases that they create in labs and look you in your face and tell you that honestly, man, these are the type of people that's in power. That's who who runs the world, man. Okay? All their plans are rooted in evilness, in evil doing. This devil is super cunning, more subtle than any other beast in the field, man. Okay? And these nations, beginning with the heads, join together with him. Okay? But we shake our heads at what these devils do and say. Alright? All the terrible things that they've caused, man. Alright? Here's this other article. And this was back in the 5th of March, alright, this year, for BBC News. And sometimes I wonder if this thing is really true. Alright? But if they really took that many, would you even be alive? You see what I'm saying? Look, so a German patient maxinated against the you-know-what 217 times. Yeah, if I took one, I probably wouldn't even be here today. This has to be... Well, this is the source, BBC News. A 62-year-old man from Germany has, against medical advice, been vaccinated 217 times against the you-know-what. The yabs were brought and given privately within the space of 29 months. Wow. This man appears to have suffered no ill effects. Researchers from the University of whatever that says. That's what they say. Immune system, favored approach. If you want, you can read that. It's not a long read anyway. But that's what that individual did. Okay. So these concoctions of the Maximes was nothing but sorcery. Okay. Plenty of athletes and actors, so on and so forth, that are just dropping. Even particular doctors were warning against taking those yabs, right? And there was one of them that passed not too long ago, which I forgot the name of, man. Was it something like Dr. Rashid? Was it Rashad? I think it might. Let's see, Dr. Rashad Butler, something like that. So they took him out. Let's see, Dr. Rashad Butler. No, not Arshad. No, not that. That's what I'm saying with this bloody. Oh, is it Rashid Butler? Doctor. Let's try that. Rashid. Let's say it, man. Dr. Rashid Butler. Oh, Buttar. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Dr. Rashid A. Buttar. They took him out, I believe. No. Maybe I shouldn't have gone on TikTok. He was going up against it heavily. He's going up against it heavily. Okay. In fact, what is it? Rashid Buttar. If I type that in. Yep, that was him. Oh, yeah, May. Oh, right. Nearly exactly a year ago. Just over nearly exactly a year ago. Yeah. So they called him a conspiracy theorist, anti-maxer. That's what they'll do, right? And licensed osteopathic physician. He's known for his controversial use of chelation therapy for numerous conditions, including autism and cancer. Yeah, so they took this guy out, man. You see? Known for conspiracy theories, anti-vaccine views, and that's what the label was. Yeah, so this is who they took out in silence. Okay. And they know they had to take out Dr. Sebi. Alright? He was curing people with type 2 diabetes and all sorts of cancers and was it AIDS? All through natural medicine. Which, you see, these devils will call that alternative medicine when real medicine comes from the earth. You see? So I remember they took him, to these different court cases and stuff like that. Alright? So yeah. So they'll deem these people like that conspiracy theorists and misinformation spreaders. Alright? That's what they do. Demonize them. Okay? Lastly but not least, we'll get this scripture in the book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Alright, in the Apocrypha, but we'll get the Common English Bible version. And it reads, "Don't ever trust your enemies, for just as copper corrodes, so their wickedness does as well. If they are humbled and walk away stooped over, look after yourself and keep up your guard against them." You see? So all these heathens are our enemy, but more specific E, alright? This devil will never change, man. He's always going to be like this. That's just his true nature. Okay? He will never be this good guy that these morons in the world look up to. Alright? Just look at his track record. Okay? So these devils, man, they're not going to stop doing these evil things until Yahweh Shai intervenes, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Okay?